Hey everybody, it's me, Tired Mama here, aka Teacher Sam, and I wanted to talk for just a few minutes about the video that Palfish published this morning. I'm gonna link it below if you haven't seen it yet. It's very important. So Tina had a conversation with Huan, I believe is how you say his name, and it's a conversation. He's a salesman. He's one of the more successful salesmen. So the conversation is where they're talking about what it is that parents tell the salesman they're looking for. This becomes vital to us, guys, because we are what they're buying. Our mouth, our mind, and our actions in class is what they're buying. So I wanted to talk about some of the ways that you can institute some of the things that he suggested. So number one is he suggested short sentences. This really depends on the level of the student you're teaching. If you're teaching a starter student who maybe knows a few words but isn't doing a sentence, and I would say probably pre-K and starter levels, watch the words you use. So you have two ways. You can go, Teacher Sam. Teacher Sam. Or you can say, I am Teacher Sam. If you're a small child with very little English knowledge, it's going to work better if you just say, Teacher Sam. If you're an older student, if the student's older and they can say, my name is Charlotte, then that student will be able to respond to you saying, I am Teacher Sam, or my name is Teacher Sam. You have to gauge the words and the length of words strung together that you use based on the student's ability in front of you. You can tell a lot from that. If you have a student that comes in and say they're coming in as a level 1 student, yet when you introduce yourself and you maybe use a few extra words and they look lost or they're unable to say, my name is, you can pretty much gauge right off of that where they need to fall in that spectrum. So, short sentences, and I'll say this as well, when you're teaching children, you have to remember that while they're there to talk to you, they really need to be doing a lot of talking on their own. A younger child, you really want to be talking about 40% of the time and have the child about 60% of the time. When you have an older student, let's say level 4 or 5, you really want them talking 75 to 80% of the time. You want to hear them say the words. You want to hear them pronounce things so that you can issue corrections or suggestions. It's very hard to learn another language if the other person talks the whole time and you really don't get to experience a whole lot of that, of speaking the language. So that's my recommendation for number 1. Number 2, TPR and AR. These two were put together and I completely agree. TPR is total physical response. That's when you use the actions of your hands, your face, and your body to help you explain a word to a child. Example that they used in the video was yes or no. You can do no, no, no. Those are great. What I do is I do a very simplistic ear and mouth. If I want them to pay attention to what I'm saying, I go, monkey. I do this if I want to hear the child speak. Monkey. The child understands this is when I do this, I want to hear them speak. Okay, so that's important. You can do yes, no. You can do very short and simple. We'll combine 1 and 2 together here. Teacher Sam, Bob. Teacher Sam, Bob. And go back and forth if they don't understand my name. And that's with pointing, it's a total physical response. I see, or I see. If you can do them backwards, you can do that. I hear. size, smell. Okay? Anything that you do because it becomes visually interesting to the child. TPR the songs too. Walking, 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 hop, 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 running, 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 now let's stop, now let's stop. That's just things to get the child interested in what you're teaching, okay? TPR is vital when you're not face-to-face, like in person with the student. So AR is augmented reality. AR is our little filters that we use. And we love the bunnies, the pigs. Use those. I mean, when I first go into a classroom, I always go in early, but if the student's already there, I cover up my camera with a Post-it note, and I just like put on some filters and let the child play with them. It gives them an opportunity to get used to the filters before you try and use them in classroom. Typically, the first response is, so it gives them a second to look at the video and figure out that it's just on the film. Okay, let's see. Move around. How interesting is this? Is this interesting to watch? Walk, 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 walk. Hop, hop, hop. Run, run, run. So you're teaching little kids. Be active with them. If you can get them moving on the song, it does so many things. It gets them active, it gets them involved. It can also burn up some of their extra energy if they have it. Get them moving around. Yay! Okay, that's what you need to do. Number 3. Remember, you are a teacher. And guys, I harp on this all the time, both inside and outside the classroom. We all became teachers for a specific reason, and I understand there are a lot of people here who did not go to school to be a teacher. But you go to school to be a teacher, or you become a teacher because you not only want to earn a paycheck, but because you want to change a child's life. You want to change the world through the child's eyes, or change the perception of the world. That's why you're drawn into this profession. You have to become invested in your students. That's what I love about Palfish, because we can reach out and talk to those students and talk to those parents and see on our students and check on them. And if they miss a class and they're sick, we can send them, little pictures to make them smile. It's important. It's important to be personally invested in these students, because through teaching, you can change a mind, you can change a heart. You never know who you're going to teach. So don't forget that. That doesn't just apply in an American classroom. It really applies in all places. My last few little tips here. So he mentioned rewards. Some teachers go, good job, and then they move on. Man, take that and play it up. Yes! Yay! Great job! High five! Because then they get excited about doing good again. Okay? This right here will help with your classroom management, because if the child starts to kind of veer off, you can do something active and get them right back. Okay? It uses your energy, of course, so make sure you have some coffee, and it uses up some of the students' energy. Remember, if you come into a classroom and you're just, we know we're tired and you're just not into it today, guess who that energy transfers to? It goes right to that student. And we've all had those college professors who talked like this, and you struggled to stay awake in their class. Don't be that guy. Have a fun class. It makes it fun for you, it makes it fun for the student, and it makes the parent want to book you again. Okay? Last thing. Oh, yes. Okay, so I wanted to touch on this. Replays. If a student runs off during class, or maybe the parent closes the camera, or sometimes a child may be sick, if the student shows up in the beginning of the class, teach the class. If you can't get their attention, no matter what you do, teach the class. Why? Why would I want to teach a class to someone not paying attention? Because there's a replay button. And if you have kids, you know that some days it's just not going to happen. But after dinner, close to bedtime, you can hit a button on the phone and watch that video again, and they can still learn from you. So don't just write it off. Go ahead and take the time and invest in that, okay? I think that's it for today. If you have questions, comments, hit me below. Make sure you're subscribed. If I could only tell you the amazing things that are coming out in videos in the next few weeks. I'm so excited to be partnered up with Palfish now as a mentor teacher. And it's given me access to all kinds of stuff that I can't wait to share with all of you. If you happen to be a teacher in the Southeast region, which would be Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Texas if you want to travel, the Carolinas, there's going to be a link down below for a Facebook group that we're creating. I'm hoping to plan a meetup, maybe the Birmingham or Atlanta area in the next few months, maybe after the holidays. I would love to meet you, and Palfish totally sponsors for meetups, and let's get together, let's do some training. I hope I get to see you real soon. I love you all, and have a wonderful Palfish day.